So today we will discuss a very important process or sales technique which is known as personal selling. Fine. So as we are just talking about that how important the sales activity to the organization. This is the only activity that bring business, that bring revenue to the organization. What are the important role played by the sales people? Fine. So and if this is very important concepts, then we have to see, we have already seen that how there is a transformational change in the selling also, from the personal selling to now we have moved to the e-selling. But even though we are in the era of e-marketing and e-selling, but the importance of personal selling has not diluted to that extent. It is still very useful technique of selling also. So what is personal selling? The basic personal selling is a process through which we convince or persuade our customer or prospect to buy the product and services to satisfy the need of customer and their satisfaction. Right? So our what is the basic focus in our personal selling is we have to convince, we have to persuade our prospect. Prospect is one who is not currently using or buying our product. Maybe in future he or she will buy the product. So they are known as the prospect. And customer, existing customer must be persuaded to some extent, because in this competitive time the customer loyalty is not very stable, it keeps on changing. Fine. So therefore it is very important that we should also convince or persuade our existing customer, not only existing customer of our company, but maybe the existing customer of some other competitor as well. And our main focus is that they should buy the product and services so that their needs should be get satisfied, and they should get the satisfaction what they want to derive out of our services or the product. Personal selling, as the name suggests, means personal selling, means where the person, the human being is being involved. So the beauty of this technique is that it is basically an oral or maybe face-to-face presentation regarding the company's product or services. It may be from one-to-one communication or maybe one-to-many, and the core purpose of personal selling is to close the sale or make the sale. Now as far as the personal selling's benefit are concerned, fine. So if you see that this technique gives the personal touch to the selling process, the objection can be handled then and there only, and based on the requirement of a customer, and by judging their requirement we can solve their query. And the personal selling basically act as a catalyst. Catalyst, you have heard about this word in your chemistry. A catalyst is a substance that do not participate in any reaction, but they change the rate of reaction. Fine. So it is not that the salesperson is going to solely convince the customer to buy the product straight away, but what is most important thing that they will convince, or they will influence the decision making of the customer to buy the product. So this is how they act as a catalyst. For example, suppose you want to go to buy a product, but you are not 100% sure whether you want to have this product, but somehow he manages to communicate you that if you will not buy today, the prices will be escalating from tomorrow onward. कल से ना कॉस्ट बढ़ रही है, then what will happen, then you will take your decision very quickly. So if you are not going to act today, then you have to pay extra money for the same kind of product. So they are acting as a catalyst. Or maybe if you want to buy product X, but they can convince you to buy product Y. If they will act as a negative catalyst, they can say, they can mention some of the negative aspect of the product X, so and they can tell you more positive things about the product Y. So they are acting as a catalyst. And sometime as a customer, I am not sure about what kind of product, whether what kind of goods is going to satisfy my need. So I consult, I even ask from the sales executive or sales people, can you suggest me something? that is going to satisfy my need, right? So this is the way the personal selling play a very pivotal, very important role of converting your sales presentations, your demonstration into the sales. So the benefit of personal selling can be understood in terms of an acronym called PCR, which stand for personal confrontation, cultivation of relationship and response. So basically we use personal selling in where there is a confrontation between a sales people and the customer comes, where they come to face with each other, then it is very important. Second, it cultivate the relationship. If you remember when we were discussing about the emerging trends, CRM and all these things, so there you have come across the relationship. It's mean exchange of something create the relationship, and we have discussed about the three arena of the relationship, that it may be a transactional selling, relationship selling, it may be a value added, or it may be a consultative. So these type of three different relationship can be cultivated, right? So if the product is not used on a regular basis, then people generally does not tend to have a long term relationship. They just focus on the having a transactional based relationship. It is generally one time purchasing only. When the salesperson can give certain benefit not based on our present but also keeping our future requirement, then it is value added. And if we as a customer and a salesperson sit together and they find out the best solution for the existing problem, then it is a consultative relationship. So actually it does happen, but it depends on the kind of product and the price of the product that we are ready to pay. If the product has a high unit value, it has more impact on our the decision of buying that particular product, then we do take consultancy from the salesperson, right? So this is how it happened. And the R is basically the response. This is the process through which you get the instantaneous response, right? Whether the customer like the product, whether he does not like the product, he can give you a instant response to you. And if you will get the instant response, then obviously the salesperson can counter the responses accordingly, which cannot be possible with other means of selling process, fine. So these are the three important benefits that you have to see is the PCR. So as personal confrontation, it is a personal, alive, immediate and interactive relationship between two or more person, and they closely watch and adjust each other. As I told you, the way customer give the responses, a smart salesperson can manage or adjust his responses accordingly, according to the need and the requirement of the customer, and then he is able to close the sale. Cultivation of development is developing a healthy relationship to a deep personal friendship, right? And if you have seen that sometime it is the salesperson which try to become more friendly with the customer, because the more friendly he or she will become with you, then obviously you will fetch more business to him. And in CRM, one thing I have asked you to underline is that you have to spend 5 times more in order to retain acquire a new customer than that of retaining the existing customer. Therefore you have to pay much more attention on retaining the relationship, because once the relationship is established, you need not to pay more money to retain the existing customer, right? So therefore every business organization try to maintain a very healthy relationship with their customer or consumer, and the response to put buyer under some obligation for having listened to the sales talk. Fine. When you come across people face to face, then each of us can obligate each other just to listen to our sales talk, right? Which is generally not feasible when you go for telemarketing or the telesales. When you make a call, if I am not interested, I can put off your phone. But if you are here in front of me and you are giving any sort of sales talk, so you can put me under some obligation. You may request, sir, just spare just 5 minutes, just listen to me, and then whatever issues you have, I will handle it later on. So which is very feasible in case of when you meet face to face to the people. Fine. Now next is the other advantage is that it holds the customer attention, and I think you are able to understand because these are mostly self-explanatory term. If you are able to make any kind of obligation to listen to your sales talk, means you are holding customer attention, or at the same time, see what is the limitation when you try to make a call over a phone or through internet. The other person is not able to, or rather both the people are not able to see the body gesture, their body language, whether they are interested about your product or not. One can easily disguise, but when you are meeting your people face to face, so you can hold their customer attention maybe by your body language, maybe the gesture you are using, the smile you have, the kind of product you have, the way you are giving the demonstration and presentation, the way you are praising the other people also, it holds the customer's attention also. Then it provides feedback, as it is a two-way communication. Fine, both the salesperson and the customer get instant response which they consider as a feedback for each other. So this is very much possible in case of personal selling. Yeah, customization of presentation is very much possible. You can change the language of your presentation, you can change the technique of your presentation, you can change the duration of the presentation. So you can customize in n number of ways. You can also focus your target customer. Who should be your target customer? Usually it happens when it is the product meant for the kids. So kids are not the target customer, their parents are target customer. So they follow, or they try to pitch the product not to the kids, rather they try to target to the parent. If you see nowadays there is certain product is being sold too much over the internet. It is the learned coding. Coding is only for 6 to 12 years. Coding languages start from 4 to 8-year-old student, and it is very easy. Now there is a lot of scope in robotics, there is a lot of scope in IoT. Now tell me who all is watching these kind of stuff on Facebook? It is not the kids of 6 years, or might be they are watching, but as per the restriction or the certain obligation that you should be 18 above to get your account and all these things. So you have to see these things. So it is the target, they are targeting to the parent, they are creating the need in the mind of a customer. See, my kid is around 6-year-old, okay, he must learn the coding language. So this is how they are targeting it. Then cultivating of relationship, it's ranging from transactional to the collaborative one, in order to get more business. And for this they use technology, and which we termed as a customer relationship management as well as the partner relationship management. Fine. Then you get immediate action whether your customer is going to buy your product or not to buy your product. If they are not going to buy, they may give certain feedback about the product, why he is not buying or what limits him not to act upon your offers. Then it helps you to close the sales as quickly as possible. It helps you to get the pulse of the need customer, means you come to know more about your customer. Sometime when you give the demonstration about your product and services, people can give you instant feedback, or you may observe from their behavior. Maybe some customer are not able to buy the product because the product is expensive, seems to be expensive. Maybe it is of not for their use. Maybe it is not fulfilling their requirement, and maybe they are getting some better deal, better than you from the competitor. So therefore you will get the pulse of them, or maybe there is a change in their buying pattern or their change in their requirement, etc. So you will get pulse of your customer, and at this it is also supplementing the this statement only. You come to know the changing taste and preference of your customer. Fine. So these are the other advantage. Now again, this personal selling is not spared of any kind of disadvantage. It does have certain disadvantage. The number one, it is really a time consuming process. Right? It consumes a lot of time. Now just give one, take this example. Now you are being hired by a insurance company and your main role is to attend the call and you have to make a sales. Fine. Here call means not only that you have to take call on the phone, means whenever you get an assignment, when you get an appointment, you have to visit to the location of your customer, you have to meet them, you have to give presentation about your product, and finally you have to close the sale. So this is all your activity that you have to do. So now how it is a time consuming. Suppose you get 5 calls in a day. 5 calls means you have to attend 5 customer, and to reaching to every customer require half an hour. So you have to spend 2.5 hours on road, and every customer on an average, let's say take your 30 minutes of your time while discussing during presentation and all these things. So on an average every individual is consuming around 1 hour. Fine. And so and you have a 1 hour of lunch break, so 6 hours is wasted, consumed. So you have left with another 2 hours in which you have to do some of the administrative work also, that is non-selling job also. So you will find that yes, it is very much time consuming. Even if in order to attend a single call you have to on an average spend 1 hour, and sometime if the distance is too far, if it was not properly designed, then you will find that one single customer is consuming a greater amount of time. So this is a time consuming process. As the more and more is time being given to a single client, so it will escalate the cost. So this is the another issue that comes out from your time consuming process. So it increases the cost. Second is non-reachability. It is not possible as a salesperson to be available to each and every customer. You cannot reach to every customer. So not reachability is the another issue. Another is there is a lack of quality salesmen, right? So this is the really challenging issue, and as a sales manager this thing has to be addressed when you go for recruiting, selecting of your salesperson. So you have to be very much concerned about of hiring a quality salesman, fine, who are able to sell your product, who are able to deliver value to the customer, who are very good at communication skill, who have a sound technical knowledge, who know the consumer behavior very well, who know how to close a sale. So these are the certain qualities I am just mentioning here. Later on we will see in the various skills and role of us salespeople in detail. And now where this personal selling can be used, this is more beneficial when the population is homogeneous and they are concentrated. Homogeneous means when they have a same type of composition, their requirement is same, their needs are same, and they are concentrated, they are available at one place of time and one point of time. So this will help the salesperson to address all the people at one go. Let's say you visit a marketplace where you will find 50 people at one point of time and one point of place. So what you can do, you can address them, you can demonstrate and present your product to all the 50 or 100 people at one go, and you can convert them into the sales instead of meeting them one to one, fine. So this you have to see at the disadvantage part. Now next is very important, that is there any particular situation where we have to go for the personal selling before moving into the what are the various steps and stages of personal selling. So there are 4 criteria that we have selected where we can go for the personal selling, and what you can do is just take these clues of product, marketing, company and consumer behavior and try to associate different kinds of product and services where you find that yes, in particular situation of be it product, be it market or be it company or consumer behavior, yes, this is the right approach to use the personal selling, fine. So just have a look on one by one basis. So the first one is your product. So if you see the product, if any product which has a very high unit value, then definitely you should go for a personal selling. might quote one basic example, and then you have to think about many other examples. Fine. So, high unit value, if say is generally the jewelry. If you talk about the jewelry, so you find that this product is having high unit value, is being sold by the individual salesperson on a one-to-one basis. Fine. It is not that there is a bunch of customer and to whom they will give the demonstration of their product at one go. So, they are very cautious about that. One salesperson should handle one customer at a time, because the product has a high unit value, which is quite contrary to the product having the low unit value, which can be easily seen in maybe in the stationery shop or maybe in the pan wala shop. Fine, they have the product whose unit value is low. So, people are founded gathering there, and he can handle the number of customer at one go. Someone he may be asking about the gutka, someone is asking for the cigarette, some may be asking about the lighter, etc., or maybe a pan, etc. So, he is able to do, because even if he not able to cater the demand of the every customer, he is not going to lose something very big. Fine. So, this you have to keep in mind. Second, when the product is in an introduction phase, it is very new, people are not aware. So, then it is the responsibility of salesperson to make people aware about this existence of new product, tell the feature, tell them the benefit, tell them the advantage. Fine, tell how this particular product is going to bring some change in their life, etc. If the product require any kind of demonstration, then definitely you should go for salesperson, and this is quite common in case of Eureka Forbes. You might have seen the advertisement that the sales executive visit to the home and they ask for the some pillow where he uses vacuum cleaner, and just so that how much dust is dust was inside the pillow, which may be making your kids sick. Fine. So, that is how they are demonstrating it, and once it is demonstrated, then people or the customer can be easily convinced to buy the product. Same way, Amway is another example where the Amway executive go and give a demonstration of their certain products. Fine. Another aspect is that if the product require after sales service, then definitely you should go for the personal selling. If it require little bit persuasion, you need to convince them. If customer are not readily convinced, then the salesperson has a very important role to play, that they have to convince, by different ways and means, so that customers should readily decide to buy the product. And moreover, the last, if your product has a poor brand proposition, if your product does not carry a good brand name, good brand image, then obviously the sale can only happen when you are able to pursue, when you are able to convince the customer. Fine. So, this is the one aspect of the product. The second aspect is your marketing. When there is a small number of a buyer, so obviously you should not go for a different kind of channel. It is better you go for a one-to-one selling, because the number of buyer is very less, and whatever resources you have, you can cater the needs of small number of buyers. Second, when the company is selling in a small or local market or government, when your market size is very small, fine, you need not to move from one city to another city, one country to another country, then obviously it is a better to go for a personal selling. So, therefore, you have also found that the small companies have their own sales force, and they keep on delivering their own product by their own to their customer. Next, in case of non-availability of agent, if agents such as your retailer, wholesaler, agents are not available who are ready to work with you or for your brand, then obviously you have to hire your own sales force who will go and deliver the product to individual basis. And if you see, this is now a very common practice in case of milk. Nowadays there is a concept of bottled milk. Generally they are branding as a A2 milk. So, and they say that we provide you a fresh milk direct from the farm, which do not have any adulterants. We keep track of the quality, and one such brand is run by the IM Alumnus is country, some brand is there, and so what they do, they hire their own people, they give them the certain quantity of milk, and they have a fixed customer or client base, and they distribute it, fine. So because there is non availability of agent, might be over a period of a time they develop, and then there is a number of agents are ready. So what they can do, they will deliver their product to different agent, and this agent will make sure that the goods should be available to the different outlets. So this is the example that we see in case of Amul, in case of Mother Dairy, etc. Fine. Now the third aspect is the company, where company have a low budget. So obviously when you do not have sufficient finances, you cannot take the services of agent, because you cannot sacrifice your profit margin, then you go for the personal selling. When you are a new player and having no experience, right? So new player do not have experience, so they do not have proper experience of hiring of agent, sharing of their profit margin, their logistics, etc. So they generally go for a personal selling. And the third is when as a company you fail to identify the different channels, find different communication media, so then you go for the personal selling. Coming to the last section is the consumer behavior. So goods of high value less frequently purchased. There are certain goods which has a high value, but these are less frequently purchased. So you just go for personal selling, because you have to convince your customer to purchase these products more frequently. In certain cases, customer need an instant answer, then you should go for a personal selling. One such example is, for example, you want to open your broker account, your trading account. So there is a n number of things that you want to know. What should be my margin amount? What should be the delivery charges? What should be the brokerage? What is the STT, statutory tax on transaction? What is the income tax rate? So what are the various annual maintenance charge? Fine. If I want to trade for, let's say, 1 year, so do I need to pay any money, or is there any provision that I can get my account freeze and I should not pay anything for my this activity? So there is a n number of questions you have. So if you need an answer to these questions, and then you must have a personal selling. And when there is a persuasion and follow up are required, generally it happens in case of your insurance. Fine, the people give demonstration about the product and services that they are offering, but at the same time they require a follow up, they require the persuasion also. They require some sort of persuasion from the sales people. It may be a positive persuasion or it may be a negative persuasion. And later on in our course, we will also go through a very beautiful video about the secret of persuasion, which is the central theme of your subject, because personal selling or the selling is basically rely on how well you can convince or how well you persuade your customer to act upon. Fine. Therefore, we should know some of the secret or some of the tricks through which we can convince. So there are certain study that is from the research only. Fine. So I think by this time you are very much clear about your personal selling, their advantage, benefit. Fine. Now moving ahead, I request every one of you to please see this particular flow chart very carefully, because this process is very important from your examination point of view, from your practical knowledge of personal selling. So this is the way, or this is the process that we use for our personal selling. Fine. So the first step is of personal selling is prospecting and qualifying, followed it by pre-approach, approach, presentation and demonstration, handling of objection, close of sales, follow up. Fine. So if you will see, these are the 7 stage process. which address the entire process of personal selling. And please mind it, knowingly or unknowingly, fine, a salesperson take their customer through these processes only, through these stages only, fine. So one cannot ignore the importance of these processes, fine. Even in modern time, today's time, somehow we do use this way, this process, these steps religiously, fine. So today we will only touch upon 2 or 3 things, and next we will cover on the next part, fine. Now, so the first stage of personal selling was the prospecting and qualifying. So let us understand what is the meaning of prospecting and qualifying. So as I told you, prospect is an individual, a family, or maybe an organization, because we are not saying that we are only into the consumer selling, we are maybe into business selling also. So it may be a business to business selling and business to customer selling, ठीक है, consumer, B2B, B2C, like this. So prospect is an individual like me, like you also, or maybe something, some product is being consumed by the entire family or used by the family, then it is a family. For example, your air conditioner, your television, fine, your internet service. So these are the certain services that is used by the family or an organization who need the product or the service as salesperson is selling and also has the ability to buy. Now please understand these two terms, that what are the product that is being offered by the salesperson for the sales, but at the same time you have to see the prospect must have ability to buy. उसके पास पैसा भी होना चाहिए, that he should not only have the need of the product but at the same time he has the ability to buy, ठीक है. You cannot consider a small baby is your prospect right now, fine, because he may have need but he do not have the authority. All my student, you all are my student, are a prospect for all the services that is being offered by matrimonial site. The reason being that yes, you all are adult, you are now grown up, you all are I think 21 plus, fine, which is being the age decided by government, fine, this is the right age for the marriage, minimum age for the marriage. And if you are settled in your life, means if you are having good career in your life, so nobody can stop you getting married. So you people are prospect for these matrimonial sites, but a newborn baby is not prospect for them. For new baby, he is maybe the prospect for a kindergarten school, fine. So these are the things that you have to understand. Now very important, I have written this word is man, M-A-N, man. Man means your prospect must be a man. It does not mean that the woman cannot be a prospect. Man means the person must have the money, the person must have the authority, and the person must have the need, fine. So this is the very important thing that a prospect must have. So he or she must have the money, he must have the authority, and must have the need. If you will remember, this is very similar to what we understood from the demand point of view. So what is demand? Demand is the basically the ability and willingness to buy the product, fine. The person must have authority and the person must have ability to buy the product. If he lacks any of them, then you cannot say there is a demand, right. So this you have to keep in your mind. So after prospecting, you must see that there should be a okay, now we have to see the methods of prospecting. How will you get the list of the prospects? So there is a referral from existing customer. Please make a note here that as a sales executive, whenever you meet any customer, even he buys or not buy your product, just at the end you just ask, can you give me some reference, which we call in sales as asking for a loose coin or a change, fine. Never ever forget this thing. Even if your customer is not buying, you can politely ask, sir, can you refer me some of your friends, so that to whom I can talk about it. So why it is very important? If suppose you are into field of sales, fine, take example, some of you have done your summer internship in Outlook magazine. So you approach to me, you have given demonstration about the various product, but I have not bought your product. So you said, okay, no issue sir, thank you so much, but can you give me some references? The moment I will give you the number of 2 of my friend, then what will happen? The moment whenever you are going to make them call, the first thing you will say, sir, Dr. Gopal sir has given your reference. So if he is known to me, if I have given a right reference to you, then what will happen? He is obliged to listen to you. So this is the way we have to get the reference. Second, you get a referral from the internal company resources. There are certain people who is working in the organization who get the leads, so he can share. Therefore, I have also asked you, so in Outlook, do you have got certain lead from the people or from your supervisor? Fine. So this is the second. Third is referral from external source, may it be supplier, banker or trader, etc. So they do have certain lead which you can track from them also. Another example, there are number of mechanics for your 2-wheeler and 4-wheeler who are not authorized, who work on almost on a roadside or on the some market area. So even when you want to buy, or sometime you ask them that you want to sell your car or a 2-wheeler, you just give him the reference also. You ask them, यार अगर कोई होगा तो बताना, या किसी के कोई बेचने वाला आएगा तो प्लीज़ बताना. तो you have found that even these external sources help as a reference. Then networking by the sales people, you might have heard these 2 renowned club, Lions Club and Rotary Club. So these are the people where they network by the sales people. And another reference you can get from the C&I directory, Yellow Pages, etc. These are the industrial directories. And if you don't have any of these above, then you can have the last resort, which is known as your industrial directories, cold canvassing. Cold canvassing, and I am very pretty sure that every now and then you used to get some call. See, sir, your number, or ma'am, your number has came in some lucky draw. So I am calling from this and this tour company. So if you will avail our subscription and something else like. So what they do, they randomly make a call. So whosoever pick, or maybe in case of your mobile number also, so they say, sir, I am calling from this, sir, if you want to have connection, or maybe any event, fine. So this is the cold canvassing. And the second is the qualifying. So once you are a prospect, then the second phase is the qualifying. Qualifying, basically its lead or probable prospect is met the necessary standard, and these necessary condition was the money, authority and need. Now the company contact the lead, so this is also known as the lead, by phone or mail, to find out their level of interest and financial capacity. Okay? So then they start making a call, or they may make a personal visit also. And whenever they meet, so these type of prospect can be categorized into 3 category. One is known as hot prospect, second is known as warm prospect, and third one is known as the cold prospect. Fine. So today we will just see these 3 terms only. So the hot prospect means these are the prospect who are readily buy your product. They have a good requirement. Fine. Even when the salesperson approach to them, they tell the advantage of the product, they give certain demonstration, they readily buy the product because they are waiting for you. So they are the hot prospect. Then there is another set of people who will see your demonstration, they will say, okay, now we will see, we will let you know after few days. See, there is nobody at my home who is going to decide, then mom is not there, father is not, even the wife is not, husband is not there. So they have certain excuses. But they have a medium requirement. Maybe with little bit persuasion or some promotional activity, they will buy your product. Fine. So there is a warm prospect. And the third one is known as the cold prospect. They are as cold as snow or ice. Whatever offer you will make, they are not going to buy your product. But The only thing is that they will keep you insisting to visit after 15 days, after a month, may call after a week's time. They will straight away say no to you, but they will get their own excuses. Boss, आज time नहीं है, can you come after 3 days? And if you will make a call after 3 days, so I am right now busy, can you call me in the evening? If you will call in the evening, then they will say, can you call me after a week time? I am now going out of station. So they have their, so what as a salesperson you have to do, they have a pending list for follow up. So don't spend your time, effort on these people, because they are the cold prospects, fine, which is very very tough to convert into the warm and to the hot prospect. So with this, today we will discuss only up to this prospecting and qualifying, and tomorrow onwards we will see the